So it's prediction time. We'll rattle through these because there are 5 games. I forgot there were 6, but no, we don't have a Toronto at the minute. And it starts on Saturday with the Catalan Dragons back in action away at the Castleford Tigers. Phil, Castle love playing at the Emerald Headingley Stadium, whatever it's called these days.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see how Cass come back, because I think they're a team that could benefit from these rules. I think they've got a young, athletic side that loves to promote the ball. I think this will play into the hands of the way Darryl Powell likes to coach his teams. And I'm not sure that Catalan have got enough time to change what they served up this week. Sam's not back. I think he had a 2-match ban, so I don't think their point of attack is necessarily going to change. So I can see Cass coming back with a convincing victory.
What do you make of it, Liam?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think it's obviously, I imagine Catalans have stayed in the country, so it's got to be tough on them to stay over here and be away from the families and things like that. And I think that'll play a toll on that. Yeah, they're the fast following side, Castleford. I think a bit in the Saints mould, and I think they'll be red hot for Catalans on their Saturday.
I'm really not sure what to make of this or what to make of what advantage Catalans get from having played a game, and Cass obviously going in cold. Obviously, it wasn't a great performance for Catalans, but hopefully that will have helped their fitness, their match fitness. I think it could be a lot closer than you're saying. In normal circumstances, I'd definitely be saying Castleford, but I don't know. I think maybe Catalans might be able to turn it around. Just for variety, I'll go for Catalans.
I'll stick with my WF postcode brethren, obviously, because we upset the Fev fans last week. We didn't mean to. Some of them are not going to listen again now, so that's bad. At least 2 people complained. So, like we did the show about Black Lives Matter with Sophie Robinson, people complaining about that, so they'll hate this show. But never mind. Castleford. People don't want to listen. They don't listen. It's all right.
It's their personal choice, isn't it?
Personal choice.
I still spend hours watching my computer make the programme. Don't make any difference to me. Second up on Saturday, Warrington Wolves take on Hull Kingston Rovers. A repeat, of course, of that famous Challenge Cup semi-final, seemingly years and years ago at Headingley as well.
I suspect that there's a huge pressure off Hull KR with something that Tony Smith said at the weekend, which I thought was... anything that Tony Smith said is worth listening to be honest. Probably learnt more from his press conferences than anybody else in the time that I've been watching the sport. But the lack of relegation doesn't just mean that the pressure is off and you can play some youngsters and they can go out and make mistakes. But actually, he thinks it'll bring a better breed of rugby league, greater spectacle. And again, if you're looking at coaches that like to promote the ball and have a philosophy of attack and are prepared to give their teams license to go out and do things, then I reckon, Hull KR will be a different team to the one that might have been inhibited if it was just them or Toronto and maybe a couple of others who might have been in the mix for going down. So I'm intrigued as to how Hull KR will play. I think there are individuals within their team, as they showed in the Derby game against Hull, one of the tries of the season that we've conveniently forgotten because it happened in another era, that they can play, they can promote the ball, and they can move the ball. Warrington were the enigma before shut down. They were the team that could win or lose by 30 points. I'm not sure. I think this will be a good game. I don't think there's any form line on this at all. But just to shake it up a bit, I'm going to go Hull KR because I know you're all going to go Warrington.
Are you going to go Warrington, Liam?
I will go Warrington, but I'll sort of caveat with what Phil said that I think you will see a different Hull KR because they've got that pressure taken off and they can probably throw the ball about a bit. And again, when Tony Smith's been at Leeds and they've been sort of fighting at the top of the table, you can see what sort of side they've got. They've not got that pressure on them. So. And they've got good players in there, and I think it'd be a lot closer than sort of people expect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna go an entertaining game, won by Warrington in the end.
Because our friend Sid's been getting some stick on Twitter, I'm gonna go Hull Kingston Rovers to win that one. Stay safe, Sid. Sunday, 3 matches kicking off with Phil Clark's Salford Red Devils versus Andy Last, first game in charge of Hull FC. Is that to wait a while?
Again, I don't know what Hull FC we're going to get, because I think they have recruited to play a certain way, which was physically intimidating, up the middle, big players with relatively short minutes that could be interchanged. Scott Taylor's already missing. He's, I think, injured his back in training. Very interesting as well to see the hooking role. And I mean, I know we talked about this a little bit last week, that hookers suddenly become a prime commodity, and the ability to interchange your hooker. And Danny Houghton is a fantastic servant and has played magnificently for Hull. But I don't know what the call is now for, you know, a hooker that makes 800 tackles and stays on for most of the 80 minutes, and what alternatives Hull have got. Because clearly the guy who would have revelled under these circumstances might have been Jez Litton, who's going to be playing for Hull KR. So I think Hull are going to have to do some adjustments, maybe a bit like Catalan are going to have to do. Salford, again, under Ian Watson, can play an exciting brand of rugby. He's somebody who likes the ball to be moved around. I'm going to go Salford narrowly.
I'll go Hull FC, but again, you do get a bounce usually. You usually get a change in form when you change coach, and it being his first game in charge, but that was echelons ago. It's months and months ago now, so I think that's sort of out the window. You're having that, but yeah, they are physical side, Hull FC, particularly with the Islanders and things like that. So it will it'd be a physical one, but I don't think Salford are done yet. I think they did have big changes after getting to the grand final last year, but I think they still can be there or thereabouts. But I'll go Hull FC.
Yeah, I have absolutely no confidence in any of my predictions.
Join the club.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I'm kind of torn on this one. Are Hull fully fit apart from Scott Taylor? Do we know that? Does anyone know anything?
I barely know who's playing, let alone if anyone's fit.
I think we're just sort of sticking pins here and coming up for the best, really, because it's just you've got nothing to judge.
Content, Paul.
So I'll go for Hull. New coach bounce. 5 months on.
Jake Connor finds his best form under the new rules.
I think he could be a player who enjoys them. Yeah.
I said we had two Fev fans saying they're not going to listen anymore, but Armo did slide into our DMs last week. They are open. Shouldn't publicise that. Keep up the good work. Great show as always. Gemma Carter's laugh is infectious. Says Armo.
Have you informed Super League that Gemma Carter is infectious?
She's like the COVID, isn't she? That's the problem. So we'll go with Salford just to please her and Phil Clark to win that one. That's followed by the Henry Paul Trophy, Wakefield Trinity versus Wigan Warriors.
That's another, again, Wigan like to slow the ball down. They're not going to be able to do that. Now, how much training you can do in advance of these change of rules, I'm not sure. There was a question mark as well about Wigan's creativity. Clearly, Bevan French is going to be a doubly impressive asset than before we close down. But their halfbacks are converted hookers. And I think you're going to need more than that under these new rules. As for Wakefield, again, you'll know better than me as to who might be in form, who is even in the frame for selection and who perhaps isn't at training. I have genuinely no idea. I'll just go for Wigan because it's a shorter name.
Expert insight.
Yeah, one of the only things I wrote down on my phone is Wigan, Bevan French. So thanks for that, Phil. You've covered that point for me anyway. Yeah, because that I think with the new rules, it'll shine a little bit. But again, I have no idea who's fit, who's not, whether they're going to rotate squads and have a look at some younger players particularly with relegation going and things like that. And it's early days, you can have a look. So I don't know. Because they've looked after us in the past, Mr. Carter and his friends, I'll go Wakefield.
I have to, but Paul, you're first.
Wigan for me. Jackson Hastings, Bevan French, Jamie Foster's best mate. I think, players that will enjoy the new rules. They looked impressive pre-lockdown. Who knows how anyone's going to emerge from this lockdown. But I'm pretty pretty confident in Wigan's ability over the next few months. I think they're going to be right up there, challenging for the title, and I think they'll start with a win.
Will Adrian Lamb have shaved? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out. I don't think he can beat Robert Hicks.
You know what happens now is Zach Hardaker scores a hat-trick and everyone blames me now. But I'm going to blame Jamie Foster. He might score a hat-trick though, but Wakefield will win because we've got Tony Gigo now. So we've got our Gallic influence back.
Oh, yeah.
Liam Kay's come in. Tom Johnson's fit, I think. I'm not allowed anywhere near the ground. I'm on furlough, so I don't know. But I'll go for Wakefield anyway, because I always do. And the closing event, it's been many a grand final, and many people have gone, oh, what bother watching this one then? But it is Resurgent Leeds 15-minute wonders versus St Helens, the champions, Phil. You must be looking forward to this one.
Game of the round, because both of these teams have played, they've experienced the new rules, whatever match fitness, hardness you need, they've both got it. So I can't wait for this. I think both of them have a confidence about them. Leeds clearly from coming back from a position where they shouldn't have been able to. Saints with just the way that they played. They were joy to watch, absolutely. And the mobility amongst the forwards, the fact that James Roby's back and fully fit. Aaron Smith is a great player, and that combination really works against Brad Dwyer and Cruz Leeming. I can't pick a winner on this because I'm just looking forward to seeing it. I hope that whoever watches on Sky, who isn't an aficionado of the game, sees something like they saw to end Sunday this week. Toss of a coin, could go down to a golden point, field goal, could be a blowout one way or the other. But two teams that love to play under the old rules. This gives them more occasion to do it. So a high-scoring thriller.
I'll go Saints. Just, I think Saints' game management, if they get a roll on early on, I can't see Leeds getting back into the game. I think like they did the weekend. I don't think Saints would let them back in if Saints got ahead by even 12, 18 points. I think they would show the game up at that point. And I hope to see. Obviously, he was ill at the weekend. Matty Lees, I think. Matty Lees is a great player, and we had him luckily on dual edge at Sheffield for a few games. I think 8 games we had him for, and he was up and coming then sort of 2 years ago, but he's coming into his own now. So I hope to see Matty progress at the weekend as well. But yeah, I'll go Saints.
Yeah, Phil can't pick a winner. I can. I think St Helens for me. I was impressed by them against Catalans. Leeds, I certainly wasn't impressed for 65 minutes. If they play like anything like that against St Helens, then no chance. They're not coming back from 26-10 down or 26-6 down against St Helens, that's for sure. Yeah, for me, I think Leeds will be better than they were. And it could be an entertaining game, but I'm fairly confident in St Helens. So get your money on Leeds right now.
Yeah.
Luke Gale drop goal in Golden Point. No, I'm going to go for Saints.